Okay, well, so welcome everyone. We're doing this Zoom to, it's going to happen every 13 days at the beginning of each wave spell. So today is the beginning, kin 1 of 260 kin, and so we're going to be doing this every 13 days for 20 wave spells, so we get all through the 20 wave spells. Here's the wave spell that we're working with beginning today. This is a red dragon wave spell, and it's kin 1, which means that on the Tzolkin, we're at the very top beginning. Oh no, that's not it, is it? We're upside down. There we go. Oh, where am I? Oh, that's because it's backwards. So it's there, 1, and we're going to go through these 13 days and just give a little bit of a rundown on what to expect for the next 13 days. So we've got Emmy here, who's a red self-existing serpent, and she's sitting in the sun, lighting us up. And I'm a blue rhythmic monkey, so together we make yellow planetary warriors. So we're here manifesting planetary, the 10th tone, the mission. And we actually live together, so we're in 2 different rooms in our house. So that's cool. Okay, so we're just going to dive in, and Emmy, if you have any questions or any revelations that you want to add, then you just add in and we'll go from there. So today's red magnetic dragon, and it's the first day of the whole 260 day cycle, which is, 260 days from conception to birth. It's the 13 tones, the 13 major joints in the body, 2 ankles, 2 knees, 2 hips. That's 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 times 20 fingers and toes. That makes the 260 day cycle, and it aligns with us, and it's amazing because it does align with us, and we are of it, and it's of us, and it explains, it gives the codes that when we track them, it tracks synchronicity, it tracks what is occurring. And because Emmy and I have lived together for nearly 1.5 years now, we're each day aware of what the signatures are, and so we synchronize together and with the consciousness, and are in awe with the ever-evolving codes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's so cool. So so this next 13-day cycle, the number 1 gives the purpose, and the purpose is for the next 13 days the red dragon, and the red dragon is all about birth. It's about birth. It's fire. It's red. It's if you think about the birthing process, this is what this next 13-day cycle is about. And Emmy is guided by the dragon, and so I get to witness her guidance. She's got a couple of kids that live with us, and she's an awesome mama. So we get to see the ability to respond, the responsibility, not your responsibility is, but the ability to respond in the moment. And then she's a serpent, so it's the ability to respond to the instinctive moment. Yeah, and so this whole 13-day cycle is about the ability to respond, the responsibility to nurture, to look after, to care for. It's primal. Here we have someone joining us, so we'll just let that person in. I think it's Celicia. Oh no, it's Meg. Wonderful. Meg, welcome.
Hello.
Hello, all the way from deep night in the States.
Yeah.
Welcome, Meg. Good to see you.
You too. Thanks for this is going on.
Yeah, that's so wonderful that you're joining us. We've got also here with us is Emmy, who lives with us here at the big house.
Hi.
Hello. How's it going?
Good, thanks.
And Meg has been here. She came here, what was it, like 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago? Was summer.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Meg and I met when I got one of, what was it? What was that car thing? That
ride share
in the States, and we
met. Oh, cool.
I got a ride with Meg, and we just became fast and firm friends. So
nice.
We got introduced to the calendar, and now I don't know, 8-hour drive or 6-hour drive or whatever it was, and many times
it felt like a year of getting to know each other in just a few hours, really.
It's really
Totally.
so good. And Meg, what kind of human are you again? Is it galactic or
Magnetic.
magnetic human, which is so cool? Because what we're doing is we're just going around this wave spell, and so we're recording this. So for those others that wanted to come on and couldn't make it yet,
Awesome.
so we're going to do it as a recording, and so we're just looking at so now we're kin 1 here, but you're in cosmic sun still, right?
Yeah.
So this you look into your tomorrow's coming, and we're here magnetic dragon.
I'm only 45 minutes from magnetic dragon.
Woo! Well,
Yeah.
stay as long as you can, and if you and add in anything. I've said to Emmy as well. Emmy's a self-existing serpent in the wind wave spell, so you guys are in opposite wave spells. Yeah. So so we've been talking about the red magnetic dragon that begins tomorrow for you, 45 minutes for you. Is the dragon is the mama, it's the responsibility, the ability to respond, the nurturing, so it's 13 days of birthing the new. So kin 1, exciting. And if either of you want to add anything at any moment, feel free. So today is Tuesday here. So on Wednesday will be white lunar wind guided by the wizard. And the lunar, this always works in kind of like time, life, sense, mind. So they're different spiritual, physical, emotional, mental planes. So after the original spiritual receiving, the magnetizing, comes the next day, where it's the challenge to go from unity to polarity to ground that new frequency. And so that's going to be the wind guided by the wizard. So the wind is the breath. And especially when you put it on the physical plane, it's anchoring through the breath, and then guided by the wizard, which is receptivity. So anchoring tomorrow will be for us, and the day after for you, Meg, will be possibly a day of just quite deep energy. The wind is also communication, and because it's in the physical body, it can be moving the body, it can be yoga, it can be, that desire to just get anchored in the breath. And if we're talking about birth, it's like, what does a woman do when she gives birth? She anchors deeply into getting grounded, deeply into her body, very embodied, and becomes very conscious of her breath and becomes one with the breath. So so that will be tomorrow for us. That will be Wednesday, and be Wednesday for you as well. And it's anchoring that, what it is to birth something new into the body, into the breath. Day 3 of the cycle, which will be Thursday, will be electric night guided by the hand. So that's the activation of breath. So how I understand this whole cycle when I've contemplated it is, okay, so where do we put our senses when we're giving birth? And Emmy, you've given birth before, so anything you want to add to this? So where we put our senses when we're giving birth, what are we feeling? And what it's saying is it's feeling into what is in the unconscious, in the dream time. It's kind of like in Australia, they have the Aboriginal dream time.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's going on underneath the surface, in the feeling, in the sense plane. And so a woman, tuning into giving birth is going to go underneath. Okay, usually they want a fairly calm, so that everything that's around is not taking away from the awareness of the breath in a way, although different women do it. Some women, if they're storm women, they may want to have a lot going on because that may help them center more. So everyone's different, but generally it's tuning into the dream time, into the unconscious, to rest, and guided by the hand to heal anything, to work with the healing of anything that comes up in the unconscious feeling realm. Like, so any old patterns that are coming up of fear or whatever, to work with that, to be aware of that, to bring the consciousness to that. And so on that day, which will be Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, no, what are we? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the electric night. So electric also, it's like to create the spark to create. So tuning into the unconscious to get the support. See ya, Emmy. To get the support of everything's happening in the unconscious realm, to call in those unseen beings to support us to do the journey. So electric night, usually on night days, it's great to sleep, you know, because the dream time, there's a lot of messages come in the dream, etc., like that. Although, you know, and I'm just putting words, and we never can know what will happen, but it just kind of gives us a, you know, if we're feeling to sleep in, not to make it wrong on those days, because that's where the work is being done. And then
Can I ask?
Yes.
I was thinking about how the dragon is the beginning of all of the tribes cycling again.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you feel like there's any divine specifically significance to the dragon being the one that starts us off.
Well, in the advanced codes, the dragon is called the primal instinct. You know, so on the higher octave, it's just really directly the primal instinct, which is kind of interesting for you, hey Emmy, because you're self-existing serpent guided by dragon, and serpent is also instinct, primal instinct. So it's a lot of primal instinct. And having lived with you, as I said, for a year and a half, I see that, you know, that's what operates in you, that primal. So yeah, the dragon, the primal instinct, getting rerouted into our primal instinct, into the ancient mother. It's the dragon is also the great mother. And so it may be a cycle where we're tuning deeply into the mother realms and the mother archetype, you know, to nurture, to respond, and the great mother, and all that work that we're doing with the feminine right now on the planet. So yeah, it's raw, it's ready, it's instinct, it's in the moment, it responds to the moment. So yeah, so then that gets anchored with the breath, it gets activated through tuning into the dreaming, into the unconscious. It gets defined, number 4. So what's that? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Self-existing seed. So always out from the darkness, from the underneath, from the dream time, from the collective unconscious, which is also held in the crystal core of our earth, is that dreaming of our mother, our great mother. And I was just reading something from the Red Queen, her latest post, and she was saying, you know, this time is not for us. It's not for us personally. It's for the earth. It's for the mother. And so it's like that tuning into the great mother, our great mother earth, to allow the dreaming that she has for us of abundance for all to be activated. The new dreaming, the knowledge of the new dreaming that will come in our dreams. And then we can get to define self-existing seed guided by the sun, to define what is being seeded here. So if you're thinking about a woman giving birth, where is she going to hold her mind? She's going to hold her mind in the future potential that she's seeding, and having that as a sovereign future potential, the new world that we're coming into. So, you know, a mother giving birth, she has her mind activated in that this thing is coming through her, this massive, you know, this massive body coming out of her body. She's got to stay pretty positive and rooted in the future in order to guide the energy that way through her body, because as the mind, so the body. Yeah. So that's the self-existing seed. So what was that? That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We start with the, you know, the intensity of it all. Overtone serpent guided by the Skywalker. So the power of birth. So overtone is the spiritual power. And so we've received the energy, it's anchored in our body, it's got activated, it's got sparked, it's got defined. Now that energy is defined, it begins to radiate out from us. We become into our power, and it's the power of the moment. The serpent is instinctive in the moment. There's no bigger picture. It's right now, right here, and it's expanding. Skywalker, it's expanding that instinctive power to just be in the now, the power of the now, and its expansion. The awakening into the now is the power of birthing. So that's Saturday. Sunday, rhythmic. So again, we come from the spiritual or time pulsar to the physical plane. And so then it's organizing the physical reality in order to have world bridge, which is death or surrender, to let go. So the body, allowing oneself to come into balance by surrendering to the body, surrendering to the pulses that are, or the just surrendering the body. Yeah. Anything else to say on that, either of you?
I'm good.
Yeah, it seems like that's it's really interesting looking at this, hey, like when, especially when you've done birth and you may do birth, it's interesting to understand the process of birthing. So that's Sunday. Monday goes into the sense plane again. So we go spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, emotional, mental. We come from spirit and return to spirit. So number 7 is that's your guide this year, Emmy.
Ah,
Yeah, Emmy is resonant eagle guided by the hand this year, and this will be resonant hand guided by the storm. So then once we surrender to the body and find balance by letting go of any tension in the body, then the energy can rise and get inspired to hand is healing, accomplishment, guided by the storm. So there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of emotion. So it can allow that energy and motion to rise and transform and change and heal and shift very quickly in this process. And so
that day is our winter solstice over here. Monday.
Oh, very cool.
Resonant hand.
And that's going to be our summer solstice. Is that the 21st, is it?
Yeah.
So that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21st. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the Jupiter Saturn conjunction that everybody's excited by.
Yeah.
Star of Bethlehem that we haven't seen, where we're going to see them joining as one star, except we won't see it because it's below our horizon when it happens, but you guys might see it.
Sounds like a healing day all around.
Yeah, and it was also December 21st, 2012 was a crystal hand guided by the storm. So the hand guided by the storm, and this time it's healing the emotions, which seems to make sense because these times we're in, it feels like we're all doing a deep dive into shadow work, and it's very internal, and as soon as we externalize our energy, we kind of lose it and we come back inside, and that's just, I don't know, it feels like we're all doing all the healing work that's needed. And if circumstances push us back in again, and then as soon as we go in again, everything is calm again in some way. I don't know, is that your guys' experience?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know it's Emmy and me, we witness each other in it. So that's the 21st. So then the 22nd, which is, what day is that? That's Tuesday. Tuesday again. Galactic star. So again, it's the mental plane. So where do we have our mind when we're giving birth again? But this time it's not just defining, it's integrating, it's to walk the talk. It's into integrity. So the integrity is the star guided by the human, by you, Meg. And it's galactic star. So I see that again as having the mind involved in the wisdom of harmony, to have a creative mind that's based in ancestral wisdom, or the will to think creatively, to keep the mind open to this creative process that's being birthed. And so the star is, to me, always represents the Tzolkin, because it's the harmonic matrix. So it's like choosing to keep the mind in a creative harmonic place in order for this, for the pulses, which is the next step, to pulse, solar, to pulse, moon, the flow, water, guided by the serpent. So to allow that pulse when those contractions get really powerful. And what day is that? Anyone got a track on that? Was that Tuesday? So that's Wednesday next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a day of hypersensitivity to the flow and to the pulses of consciousness, of pure consciousness that are instinctively flowing through us. So, you know, when a mother's giving that, you know, that final intense hard push of and hard surrender and push, and that those final contractions is like this. It's the flow of the instinct. And it's the revelation and realization of how to flow with the intensity in order to allow that pure, that then manifests and on the physical plane, the family, dog guided by the mirror, you know, the baby comes out. And manifesting love, manifesting pure love, that pure love state that happens when, as soon as you clasp eyes on that baby, and that whole thing that apparently happens. I haven't had a baby myself, so but I've seen it and I hear it. But it's manifesting family on the physical plane, and it's guided by the mirror, and it's just pure, and it's simple, and it's bare bones, and it's just pure manifestation of family in truth, in the most raw truth that there is. So that's the manifestation on the physical plane of the dragon, of birth. And then it's a release of, on the emotional plane, of pure joy, the monkey, and all the codes that come with that. Like Jose Aguirre's, who brought the calendar to us, is a spectral monkey. So it's releasing the codes, releasing the magic, birthing new realities on the planet by releasing the codes. And in the point of birthing a baby, it's the releasing of joy. That all of that energy that's gone into that build-up and that manifestation of having that baby born, you know, all of that energy gets released in that pure joy of that innocence, of the trusting of that this process has happened, and it's just pure joy that is released at the other end. And for all of us, this will all happen in, you know, the myriad thousands and millions of different ways that it will happen, but it's just a foundational way to allow us to sink into each day and allow the day to do us. And then, so so that was Tuesday, so that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that was 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, Christmas Day. Christmas Day will be yellow crystal human, guided by the seed. So once that joy is, all that extra energy is released, it's 12 is the higher mind, and it's the mind's capacity to operate with other mind, cooperation, community. And it's human, which is all about our will. It's all about the ancient wisdom that has come through our own experience. So then there's the sharing of one's experience, guided by the seed, guided by, if either of you get something on that, I'm blanking in the moment. Seed, human guided by the seed, to focus on the wisdom that is experienced, and to share that within community as part of that birth, right? Everybody tells their birth stories and what they've learned from that, and the seed the seed is always looking to the future, to seed something new. And so it's seeding new wisdom. Each birth story is a new story to share, to give wisdom to others. And so that whatever has happened, there's an understanding in there of, you know, I guess we're always evolving, so we're always looking to how can what I've learned, how can I seed that to others? How can I give that to others to help their process? So it's that higher mind wisdom that's come through that intense process. And then, of course, we've got Cosmic Skywalker, which is Boxing Day, the 26th. And we live with a Cosmic Skywalker. and it's guided by the red earth. So it's like she's just such an amazing example of that, isn't she, Emmy?
Beautiful.
Yeah, she's so cosmic Skywalker. That's the very presence of awakening earth. And this is a key for this whole cycle for us at this time, being here for the earth, so that everything that we're healing and that we're doing internally is ultimately for her, the awakening of the earth, our capacity to listen, awaken. Very demanding down there, honking a horn.
Who's honking at you?
That's honking at me down there. Couple with some kids, it looks like, being demanding. But anyway, so we're right at the end, which is good because he's going to be here in a minute. So that's the cosmic awakening of our capacity to listen for the synchronicities. So we're in such a refined state at that point that the very presence of expanding and awakening into the cosmos, and then allowing that expansive energy to come to the earth, you know, like that somehow is the end result, that we become one with the cosmos and the earth and ourselves are one being. And ourselves as this expansive, awakened being that's so connected to the cosmos, I guess, at the end of the birth. So it's like that. Yeah. So that's kind of it, right? And then we'll go into the wizard wave spell, which is the shamanic wave spell. And so hopefully we will join again on that day and do another Zoom and go into the wizard wave spell. But thanks for showing up, you guys.
Of course, thank you.
Yeah, and
Thank
if you have anything to share to add to that.
Oh, it's funny, you just described perfectly my birth with India. Like, it was exactly that way, like really surrendering into it, and then the body just took over. Like the instinctive body just started to push, and there was no thought involved at all. It was really beautiful. So whereas the first birth, like, so much thought involved because you don't know what you're doing, so you all go to mind, and it was not a terrible birth, it was beautiful, but in comparison the second one was much better. So the instinctual.
And that's somehow with that crystal human, isn't it? Guided by the seed. It's like you share your story, so the next time it can be of a more evolved nature, even though each one is perfect. But every time when we learn something new, isn't it? It's like we learn that, and then we can see what we can do better the next time, which is in the case with your births. It's like you knew what it was now, and so you could surrender more deeply. And then it was easier, yeah. Such a profound experience.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I must have done a lot before that I didn't need to do it this time, but you might still be open to that, Meg.
Oh yeah, we'll see.
Never know.
Someday.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I know you don't have any of your own birth children, but I feel like you're mama to so many, you know? And I feel like the relationships you've created with people are those birth stories, you know? Like every time we're telling somebody how we met, right? Like ride share from LA to Santa Cruz. Like
that's how we
that's our birth story, you know?
It was such a magical, amazing birth story. We just didn't stop talking, Emmy, for hours. And so sharing on the same wavelength. It was really powerful. And it's made a very lasting and deep relationship. So
beautiful.
Yeah, super awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully once this COVID finishes, you'll visit us again, or maybe we'll visit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would love that. I definitely loved visiting you. It was so wonderful, so magical there.
It's so right now. It's so magical because it's it's coming midsummer, and it's beautiful, isn't it, Emmy?
Oh, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Everywhere, and there's not a lot of people around. There's just pretty much us and the kids and a couple of other people. So it's really like spacious and yeah.
That sounds so nice.
Beautiful. Yay. So did that? Oh yeah, he left.
He's looking for Merv.
I was looking for Merv.
Thanks so much for doing this. I look forward to, I hope I can catch them in the future. It's really nice to check in at the beginning of a wave spell.
Yeah. Well, maybe next time I'll do it a bit earlier because I didn't have any American people reply. And I know that somebody in England did reply, and so that's their 5 a.m. sort of thing. So interesting trying to get the timing, but I can go early.
Yeah,
I could do it at like 3, my 2 hours earlier.
Okay. Yeah, it was 11 here when it started. So 2 hours earlier would be 9, and that'd be doable.
Okay.
I also have some friends who would probably be really interested now that I know you're doing it.
Wonderful. Yeah. So we'll do it next. It'll be your Cosmic Skywalker actually when we do it next. So
Yeah, the 27th.
Is it the 26th? Boxing Day.
20.
Gosh, hard to expect anybody on that day, but we'll do it anyway.
Nice.
Well, I look forward to it. So nice to be with you. Nice to meet you, Emmy.
And you.
Yay.
Sleep well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Give all of the dragon
plants.
Come.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. Give all of the beautiful plants at the big house a big kiss from me.
Will. And everything at your new land. How amazing is that?
Man, the big house was major inspiration for what we've been able to build at our place. Yeah.
So cool.
Well done.
You'll visit today.
Yeah, we're going to visit one day. And good for you, Emmy. If you go to America again, you could go visit me.
Yeah. Be amazing. Whereabouts are you?
I'm just south of Washington, D.C., like 1.5 hour drive from there. Yeah.
Nice.
In Virginia.
Excellent.
I'm currently in North Carolina because I'm working a crazy gig where we are on a drone team where we're flying all these little drones up in the air that have LED lights in them, and they make these 3D animations in the sky with the lights.
Wow.
Incredible.
Oh, so cool. You've always got amazing projects on. I love you. I love hearing about projects.
I like to try lots of things. It's really fun. Yeah.
Sounds amazing. Will you be able to send us something once you've created love to see it.
Yeah, I'll send you a video after we hop off.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yay, awesome. All right, beautiful friend. That'd be what?
Thank you very much. See you later.
Later. Bye.
See ya. Boom, boom.